Chris Hipkins planning to destroy New Zealand. Chris Hipkins, the failed Prime Minister of New Zealand, admits at long last that the Labour Party got it all wrong for the past 6 years, so they intend checking out some new ideas for the next election in 2026, and as such, the Labour Party has decided that reconsidering a capital gains tax and a wealth tax is a good idea for progress. Heads up Chris, the wealth tax idea has never worked anywhere in the world, ever. The disastrous 6-year Ardern Hipkins Labour government, assisted by the Greens and Maori parties, have already driven many qualified Kiwis away from New Zealand to work overseas. Nurses, doctors, surgeons, police, experienced qualified tradesmen, and so the list continues. This is without implementing any new controversial taxes. Now the far-left parties are reviewing 2 new taxes for the 2026 election, capital gains tax, and a wealth tax, which will of course drive more Kiwis overseas, leaving New Zealand in a bigger and bigger mess. We covered capital gains tax in our previous clip, which comes with some big-time negatives, but the killer punch, and the most destructive tax for New Zealand, would be a wealth tax. Labour is only 50-50 at best on the idea of a wealth tax, but the Green and Maori parties totally love the idea of a wealth tax, taking from the haves and giving to the have-nots, taking from Kiwis who work hard, and giving to those who do not. The Greens have no idea how to make money, they only have ideas how to take wealth away from people. The Greens never explain what they will do when they run out of other people's money to give away. Skilled people have already left the country because of the Labour, Green and Maori policies, and more will leave if New Zealand introduces a capital gains tax. But the exodus will turn to a stampede if the far-left socialist parties introduce a wealth tax. Why would wealthy people, or people who have worked their guts out all their lives, or people aspiring to work hard over the coming years, want to stay in New Zealand? Only to have their wealth stolen from them, to give to others? Seriously Hipkins, what on earth will your far-left socialist parties actually do when you run out of other people's money to give away? Start heavily taxing low-income earners and give them money to beneficiaries? Would the MPs keep their high-paid salaries, bonuses and perks? A wealth tax would be a total disaster for New Zealand, and pose several disadvantages and challenges. There are many obvious drawbacks, so here are a brief few to ponder. Wealth flight and capital flight. A wealth tax will cause wealthy people to relocate to other countries with more favorable tax treatment, leading to a wealth and capital flight. This will result in a loss of tax revenue for New Zealand, exacerbate the already concerning brain drain, reducing investment and economic activity. Administrative complexity. Implementing and administering a wealth tax will be highly complex due to the valuation of diverse assets, such as real estate, financial investments, business interests, and personal property. Valuing these assets accurately and consistently will be challenging, leading to disputes, compliance burdens, and administrative costs for taxpayers and tax authorities. Volatility and illiquidity. The value of certain assets, such as real estate or privately held businesses, may be volatile or illiquid, making it difficult for taxpayers to pay the tax liability. Forced asset sales to meet tax obligations would result in market distortions and financial instability. Double taxation. Wealth taxes can result in double taxation of assets that have already been subject to income or capital gains taxes, leading to an inefficient allocation of capital and resources. Impact on investment and economic growth. A wealth tax will take away the incentive to save, leading to lower productivity growth. Over time, this will negatively impact overall economic growth and prosperity. Ultimately, a wealth tax will harm New Zealand's economic growth, investment, and prosperity, apart from the fact that it's failed anywhere, and everywhere, in the world that it's been tried. Thank you for listening. Geraint, on behalf of WhangareiTim.